Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. I'm shipping out some orders this morning. I think we have 39 orders going out the door. I sold quite a bit from last night. I did a live last night over on TikTok, pulling some of my orders, and I think I had like 30 orders last night. So we sold 9 items overnight, which is really good. So we're about to pack them up on live. And as soon as we're done here, we are going to go sourcing. We got to get some stuff because we're out of stuff to list. So we're probably gonna be sourcing most of the week, which means tons of videos are gonna be coming out this week. What's up, Lily? Welcome in, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Let me know how your sales were this weekend in the comment section. If you're watching this, make sure you're liking the live. If you're watching on replay, let me know you're here from the replay. And we're about to get started. 39 orders. I had a Depop sale last night overnight, so that was good. Some Mercari sales, and then Poshmark orders. Mercari actually beat Poshmark this weekend. Last weekend I had hardly any Mercari sales, and then this weekend I had quite a few. And then all the rest are eBay, of course. eBay came in the lead. What's up from Orlando? Let's go. In sunshiny Orlando. It's probably hot over there like it is right now. I can't believe there's people that actually go to Disney like this time of year. It's like the worst time of year to go. Yeah, did it slow down for you? Sales? This weekend was a little bit slower, but obviously it was a holiday weekend, so I expected it. But then last night it like really picked up. I had pretty much the same amount of orders I had last weekend. I think I had like right around 40 orders last weekend, so even with the slower beginning to the weekend, it finished off strong. So what's up, Elliot? What's up, Jen? What's up, David? Welcome in. Ovabs is here. I always mess up on your name. 15 sales here. Let's go. Just listed more things this weekend. Yeah, I listed pretty much all the ties we had left to list except for one. I guess I missed one, so I got to do that later today. Car customers are complaining all about the fees. I've had one person complain about the fees. I've actually had more Mercari sales since the change. Let me go over to platforms really quick. So last month on Mercari, I had 52 orders. The month before that, I had 56 when they originally did the change. And the month before that, I had 43. So my sales have actually increased on Mercari, and I'm making more money because I don't pay any more fees. And you guys will see that in a couple of the sales today. I'm able to actually take lower offers because I don't have any fees. What changed with Mercari? Sellers have no fees. Buyer pays pretty much all the fees and the shipping. So whatever you sell the item for is what you make on it. So if you bought something for $5, you sell it for $20, you make $20. There is no extra fees or anything like that. All right, let me slide this over. Can I read the chat like that? Yeah, I can read the chat like that. That's good. I just can't see where it's coming from. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and start shipping. 39 orders. Was watching a last night's episode was lit. What is HOTD? Was watching a HOTD TikTok. I don't know what that is. Maybe I'm getting too old. I don't know what the abbreviation is. So hot in Cali, record high temps. I know it's hot here too. Although there's a change in withdrawal funds for $2, yes, but that is less than what it used to be, depending on how much you withdraw. Also, there's still the $3 fee to withdraw your funds immediately. So what I do is I use that $3 fee once a month, and then the rest of the month I do the $2 fee. But I only withdraw my funds once a week. So if I sell 10 items, it really doesn't affect me. So I don't mind the $2 fee. Do you like the hat surfs? I know I brought out the Olakai hat. Where do you list all your items? eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. House of Dragon. Oh, I don't watch anything on TV, so I don't even know what House of Dragon is. I have no clue. Zero clue. All right, first sale of the day we're gonna be packing up is this pair of Beyond Yoga leggings. These actually sold on Depop of all places. Paid $5.34 for these, and they sold for 20 doll hairs over on Depop. What's up? Good to see you again too from Hawaii. From Hawaii. All right, throw that in. And this is just gonna go right into a not Tyvek, but a gyro pack envelope. If you need some envelopes, I have these linked in my bio with discount codes and all kinds of stuff. Good old gyro packs. Is anyone pouring currently here? Weird. Where are you at? Are you in Florida? Because that's normal here in Florida. It rains and sunny outside at the same exact time. I'm gonna do that one last, since it's not on the top. Never mind. I'm going to do this one first. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. If you watched the live last night, you're going to see a lot of the same stuff, but that's okay. You get a repeat of it. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. Where does she have it at? Did she put this in here? Yeah, she did right there. We paid $16.05 for this, and it sold for $49.99 plus shipping. It's one of those polo ski shirts. Got a big polo ski hit on the front. It's really nice. It's going to be 120 in Vegas. Holy cow, that is miserable. Miserable. 120 in Vegas. That means you stay inside in the air conditioning all day. You go outside for like 5 minutes, you're like sweating. I remember when I used to work for the post office, I'd go outside to load my truck in the morning, and 5 minutes into my work day, I would be soaking wet with sweat because it's hot. It's hot this time of year. All right, next up we got some Miss Me jeans. Miss Me jeans, these are women's size 34, so that's why they sold for so much, and they sold quickly too. Paid $11.24 just about a week and a half ago for these, listed them, and then they sold for $39.99 full price sale. So anytime you find Miss Me jeans, bigger sizes, and they got the embellishment on the back, always scoop them up. We'll pay up for these because we know they're going to sell for around 40 bucks. These sold for full price, and again, they're a Mercari sale, so I get 40 bucks into my pocket, and I only paid 11, so that means I made almost a $30 profit on these. Can't beat that. Let me know, as you guys are hopping in, what was your best sale this weekend? What did you sell? I want to know. Next up, Vineyard Vines Polo, more of a bread and butter sale. We don't really pick these up anymore. This is an old listing. Paid $4.28. This still sold for $16.19, so it's like a $12 profit on a basic Vineyard Vines Polos. Thanks for explaining how you do square photos on YouTube. I got a new phone and couldn't figure it out. There you go. I did a live the other night, packing up, or not packing up, but photoing some ties. So if you want to watch that video, it's up on Facebook and YouTube. You can rewatch the whole live. I think I listed like 12 ties on live. I'm going to bring back those listing lives too. Probably like once or twice a week. Do you like Depop? Not really. I don't like the fact that the buyers can accept an offer and then not pay. What's up, 50 Goose? Mario Kart game, booking case only, no game. Second time I've done that. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, the cases to video games, especially like rare ones, you can get good money for those. I sold a Conker's Bad Fur Day for, I think it was like 50 bucks for just the case, not the manual, just the outside box. It's an N64 game, but the game itself goes for like 100. So if you want to complete the whole game and everything, you'll buy the box and without the game. And then to ship that, it's super simple. You just put it between two pieces of cardboard, and then ship it out, and you put a label on it and tape it together. It's like super easy because you can just break down the box. Next up, we got another Polo Ralph Lauren sale. These are Polo Ralph Lauren cargo shorts. Paid $4.28 for these. These sold for $16.19. Again, Mercari sale, no fees, all that good stuff. So, how do you pack cases though? So, like cases that are like Nintendo DS or like PlayStation cases, those you would put in a box. But if it's just a box, you break down the box and then you stick it between two pieces of cardboard and you ship it out like that. Super easy to do. Figures another reseller with the games. Could be. Or it could be somebody that's trying to complete it and just for like collection purposes. So that way they can like set it up on their mantle or something, or set it within the cases and yeah, make it look really nice. I have an Autoposh. I don't have Autoposher yet, but I have a question. Once an item sells, you just print labels from the platform it's sold on? Yes. You wouldn't print it within Autoposher, but the good thing about Autoposher is it has auto sales detection. So if something sells, let's say it sells on Depop, it's going to get pulled from all 3 other platforms for me. So that's the beautiful thing about Autoposher, is I don't have to worry about anything. It just automatically gets pulled down. So $4 vintage Betsy Johnson bikini for $45. Let's go. What kind of printer do you use? I use a Dymo 4XL. I don't suggest getting the 5XL, which is the new one. But I do have an IDPRT printer linked in my bio. That's another one I suggest to get. There's all kinds of thermal printers out there, and they're getting cheaper and cheaper. So if you're not using a thermal printer, go do your research. Pick up a nice thermal printer because, yeah, I don't use ink anymore. All I use is labels. Next up, Grayson shorts. Pick these up for $32.08 at a TJ Maxx, and these sold for $59.99. Of course, these are brand new with tags, so that's why they sold for so much. Yeah. 2-pack Renew Lotion, $54.99 plus ship. Let's go. What's up, Lisa? Vintage Wide Leg Silver Tab, paid 10, sold for 50. Vintage Silver Tab, Levi's. Let's go. Those can be worth some good money. Some good money. Yeah, 1K likes. Tap that screen if you're watching on TikTok. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you're hitting that like button as well. Hit that like button. That one shipped. Next up, we got a pair of Travis Matthew shorts. I picked these up. These were brand new with tags. Paid $21.40 for these, and these sold for 36 buckaroonies. Got these online arbitrage. Is Whatnot hard to get everything organized with multiple orders? So I'll say this. If you don't have organization during your show, yes. So that's one reason we use these numbers. And these are also linked in my bio if you're interested in them. They go from 1 to 100. When you sell an item, you have those on your hanger, or if you do hard goods, you have it on your hard good like a tape to it, so that way you remember after the show. And then if you label your items with your actual numbers, then after the show, you're just looking for numbers. So basically, we do 1 through 100 on our clothing items. Even if we do random pulls and we don't have anything marked, like labeled, titled, or anything, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as soon as the show is done, if number 2, 3, and 6 sold together, we just look for numbers 2, 3, and 6, and then we put them all together and ship them out. So organization during the show and before the show is really important for shipping after the show. If you don't have organization before the show, that's where you make most of your mistakes shipping afterwards. And then you got to rewatch it. The good thing is, if you ever have a mistake and you can't figure out what item it is, there's a button you press on Whatnot for the order, and you can rewatch the live replay, so you can see exactly what you were doing during the time the item sold. So normally you're holding up the item, you can see exactly what it is. Next up, Rock Revival jeans. These are brand new with tag Rock Revival jeans. Pick these up for $48.13 a piece, which is really good for brand new with tag Rock Revival jeans. These sold for $82.50. Remember, no fees on that, so I made like 30-something bucks in profit. So you can't beat that. Good old Rock Revival jeans, some of my favorites. I don't see the link for the printer. If you go to my link tree in my bio, go to the products we use on a daily basis. All the products we use on a daily basis are linked right there. How do you do random pulls on Whatnot? Do you weigh everything? So no. Typically, if we do random pulls, well, yeah, actually we weigh everything. There's other sellers that don't. So typically we keep everything at 15 ounces, like the 15 ounce mark, unless it's like a heavy jacket, and then we'll put those in individually at 2 pounds. So typically when we do that, there's only like 3 or 4 items that will be 2 pounds. So we'll just go through and make sure we mark those at 2 pounds when we're loading the show. Everything else will go in at 15 ounces. Even if it only weighs 8 ounces, it still gets put in at 15 ounces. So that way, you know, it's just easier to load. Could you do everything individually? Yes, but that just takes too much time. So, and after the second buy anyway, the buyer has free shipping. So until their 6th buy. So typically buyers don't buy more than 2 or 3 items max. So you really don't have to worry about them overpaying for shipping. I hope that makes sense. That shipped. Rock Revival jeans in the bag. These are going UPS, so I have to ship them, take them to the UPS store. All right, off to some Poshmark sales. We have 3 Poshmark orders. First Poshmark order is this men's Tommy Bahama Hawaiian shirt. Picked this up for $8.03, and this sold for 27 bucks over on Mercari. There are some sellers on Whatnot that do just put everything in at 8 ounces no matter what it weighs, and they get away with it. Do I think that'll eventually come to an end? Yes. Post office will catch on. I'm not sure if like Whatnot is eating the overage charges and they just don't care. But yeah, I see a lot of sellers, like I've bought a jacket that weighs 4 pounds off Whatnot, and they shipped it with an 8 ounce label. So I was like, I don't know how this got through the post office, but I mean, sometimes it does. Are you in St. Pete, Clearwater? Yes. St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa Bay area. Got a Western Vintage style lamp. Has a boot super cool yesterday for $5.99. Comps are $150. They're truly vintage. Any recommendation on pricing? I would just do Annette. I would just do buy it now best offer and do it at the highest and see what kind of offers come in. That's gonna tell you what it's really worth. Next up, Spanx leggings. Spanx leggings, pick these up. Again, we're not really picking these up anymore because they're not selling for as much as they used to. So this is like a mistake buy from Kayla. Paid $8.56. These only sold for 15 bucks. Sold in 2 days, but yeah, we're not picking these up anymore. Unless they're like really big sizes. The Spanx shorts and the pants do well. The leggings are definitely not selling as well as they used to. So she's skipping these. When after she listed them and priced them, she says, hey, you can't pick those up anymore. I said, all right, we're not going to pick them up anymore. That's on you. So no more Spanx leggings. No more Spanx leggings. What's up, R? I think that's Ree, right? You changed your name over there. I think you did. Do you find a lot of estate sales? I actually hardly ever go to estate sales. I need to, but I don't wake up early enough in the morning to hit the estate sales. So, do you base comps solely off of eBay? Unless I can't find it on eBay, and let's say I can find them on Poshmark, then I'll base it off Poshmark. But typically, I can find pretty much any item I'm selling on eBay first. So that's where I base my prices off of. There's just more buyers on eBay, so it makes more sense to base your prices off of eBay comps. Last one is a bundle of 3 Judy Blue shorts, Judy Blue shorts. These are all from that big buy that we got at the thrift store where we found 16 of these. So all 3 of these we paid a total of $18.71 for, and then all 3 of these sold for 85 bucks together. So really good sale. I'm not going to ship these out yet, however, because I need a box for those, and I forgot to grab a box. So those are going to go into a medium flat rate box, and because Poshmark allows you to use any medium any flat rate boxes or envelopes, those are going to be perfectly fine to ship in that medium flat rate box with the Poshmark label. So don't be afraid to ship in the flat rate boxes. So estate sales make you feel weird? Why do they make you feel weird? They shouldn't make you feel weird. What's up, IG? Congrats on your success. Appreciate you, Carol. I don't think I missed anybody on IG. Nope, no questions on IG. Everybody's just watching, which is cool. Jake, what's up, Jake Farm? Jake Farm. I'm too used to trolls. I've been on lives for a while. You're not gonna get me. Nice try though. Next up, Turnbull and Asser. Picked this up for $6.42. This one sold for 29 bucks. This is one of those that we picked up at Red, White, and Blue a few weeks ago, and it sold. I had it listed for $39.99. I got a $29 offer yesterday, so I took it. So have you considered a side hustle? Yeah, I considered putting out videos of me eating just random foods online, and making sure they're at least 1 minute and 1 second long, so I monetize for them, because I watched this guy on TikTok do it. What's up, Sonia? Favorite thrifts in Clearwater, Red, White, and Blue by far. Where's the pretty boss lady? She is watching The Boy, because The Boy is home today. Again, we're supposed to be sourcing. That's why one reason why I'm on live, because I was gonna skip out on this live and go sourcing all day. But The Boy got like he was playing in the grass at Mom's house, and he got like a weird rash on his leg. So it cleared up overnight, but she just wanted to keep him home for another day. That kid's always sick, literally always sick with something. So now Mom will have to watch him while we go sourcing in a little bit. So Mom's taking photos really quick, and then she'll be on baby duty until we get home from sourcing. So curious how everybody wipes. I wipe side to side. I feel like it gets more coverage that way. I went to one of the owners. They looked like they were gonna cry when I bought something. Oh, yeah, that could be bad. Maybe you want to go to the ones that are run by an estate sale company, because they won't have any feelings towards the items. Yeah, should have bought it. Should have just told them keep it. If you want it, just keep it. Next up, Brooks Brothers. This is a red fleece short sleeve Brooks Brothers shirt. I paid $5.34 for this. I gave this one a try. Actually, comps on these looked pretty good, the sell-through rate. For the short sleeve red fleece ones with the logos on the front. So paid $5.34. This one sold in less than a month, I believe, for $22.99 plus shipping. So Brooks Brothers. These are the Brooks Brothers you pick up. The ones in my videos at Salvation Army, the plain ones without the logos, those don't sell for like more than like 15 bucks. So where can I see what you have for sale? I have a pin post, Susan, in my bio. It has a link to my eBay and Poshmark closets. You can decide which ones you want to go to, and that has everything we have for sale. eBay for sure has everything we have for sale, so feel free to go check it out, or if you just want to look up what we have listed and what we have sold, to do some research, feel free to do that too. They're all linked. I don't have like a secondary eBay store that I hide from you guys that some sellers do, some influencers do. I have just all my items are listed in that eBay store. What's up, Carolyn? Welcome in. Carolyn's always here supporting. I appreciate you, Carolyn. You're always here. Appreciate the follow, by the way, over on TikTok. Dana, I think that's your name, Dana. Message eBay telling them to look at your messages and they will remove it. My first negative feedback to the customer, try to remove, but he can't. Yeah, contact eBay and just let them know the customer agreed that they wanted to remove it, but they don't know how to. I feel like that process is really stupid by eBay. But yeah, and usually if you get the right rep on the phone, they'll just take it down for you. Just go to the help on the seller help page at the top right hand corner of your seller hub, and then go down and just select a random reason. As long as you can get it to where it says you can call an agent, do that. It might open up the little chat log, and on the chat log you say just contact agent. It might ask you a few more questions, but as soon as you can get to an agent, call them. They should take care of that for you. Be like, hey, the customer wants to take it down, but they don't know how to. Can you just take it off for me? Next up, Bedrady. I'm not really picking these up anymore. I repriced this when we redid our inventory system, paid $642. This one only sold for $17.99. Still profitable, but didn't make much on it. I just talked to eBay via the phone, and they told me that international buyers can still return an item for not as described. Yes, they can. If an item gets delivered and they say it's not as described, you still have to accept the return, and you have to pay for the return shipping. So you have to figure out how they're going to be able to return it. Usually when that happens, Zep, it doesn't happen too often, but usually when it happens, I just refund the customer. I say keep the item. It's no big deal. Unless it's something super expensive, they just keep the item. It's better than the headache that you have to deal with trying to get that item back. What would you price a new Attack Brooks Brothers 4XLT short sleeve button down? I would look up comps. If it doesn't have the logo on the front, it's not going to sell for anything crazy. It's probably going to be like a $30-ish sale, but I haven't looked those up in a while. So welcome/seller help. If you don't have seller hub because no store, there you go. Or you could probably go to eBay for Business on Facebook, and that'll probably help you. They'll probably help you with it too. They're usually really good. The eBay for Business Facebook page. I think that's what it's still called. I haven't used that in a while. Next up, Robbie G. Picked this up. I forgot where we got this from, but it's brand new without tags. Paid $642 for this one. It has a really good pattern, and this polo sold for $44.99 plus shipping. Really good sale. What's up, Tina? You tell me how to call eBay. I tried 20 times. Go to eBay for Business Facebook page and contact them there. They're usually really fast about getting back to you. They'll ask you for the item number. They look into it, and then they'll take care of it from there. Vineyard Vines, would you price them at? The slim fit shirts, I only price at like $17.99 to $19.99 depending on the size. Vineyard Vines, unless there's something special about it, I'm really starting to pass up. I used to pick them up even if they were like $8 and try to sell them for like $22.99 to $24.99, but they're not moving at those prices, so I don't pick them up really anymore. That's why I don't do international loophole. Yeah, I do international, and Zep, I've only had that happen one time like 2 years ago. So it doesn't happen too often. Yeah, it doesn't happen too often. And typically, if they get the item, let's say the only time they can really open up that return, Zep, is let's say I ship them a shirt and I ship them a size large instead of a size small. That's when they can open that return. If I ship them a shirt and they say that it came damaged, what I can do with eBay is I can claim that the item was damaged in transit, and basically eBay will cover me in that case. So yeah, that's what I would argue with eBay. Say, hey, when I ship this item, look at the photos. That's exactly how it looks. And when it was delivered, they said it was damaged. So that means it was damaged in shipment. And usually they'll side with you and just give the buyer back the money. So the only time that's ever happened is I shipped the wrong size. In my title, I had the wrong size. So the buyer bought it, got it, and said, hey, this is the wrong size. And then I had to just refund them. But very, very rarely does that happen. So do you ever smile? No. That's a deal for the Robert Graham. Yeah, it's a good pattern. It's a new without tag. If it was new with tags, I might have offered a little bit more for it. Can you get a bad review for delayed shipping if you mailed on time but it was delayed within the post? No. If the buyer does leave you a bad review, then you can just dispute the review because it wasn't your fault that the item arrived late. It's the post office's fault. Next up, RLX. Picked this up for $8.56. This is another item that we're not really picking up anymore, so I repriced this. Sold for $17.99 plus shipping. plus shipping. What's up, Scottway? Scottway in the house. Appreciate you, Scottway. Good to know. Learn the ropes of this gig and appreciate your full insight and helpful tips. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate everybody supporting the last video. I actually had a decent video on TikTok. It's been a while. I've been trying like different things on TikTok to get videos to like get pushed. And it looks like I just need to do the story format videos where I just tell a story throughout the videos within a minute and a half, and put those out. The only issue is if I have to keep it to like a minute so I can put them on YouTube, because YouTube only allows you a minute for shorts. So it's really hard to fit a full story in a minute, but I try. So if you ever hear me talking really fast in the videos, it's because I'm trying to fit as much as I can in a short period of time. Leonardo DiCaprio. Why does everybody say that about me? I don't look like Leonardo DiCaprio. Kayla says she does not see the resemblance. I appreciate it though, but I don't see the resemblance either. Next up, Eileen Fisher dress. Kayla picked this up for $6.96. It's a viscose lycra solid blue vest or dress. $6.96 into $39.99 plus shipping. Really, really good sale. Any brands for polos, buttons ups you look out for? I have tons of them that I look out for. Button up shirts and polos. If you want to see which ones I've listed and sold, just go to my eBay store. It's linked in my bio. Filter for listed, scroll through, and then filter for sold. You can see everything I've sold in the last 90 days. It's all free public information. All free info. You can see everything I'm shipping out today too. So if you think I'm lying about sales, you can go there and just filter for sold and see everything. This one's shipping for $5.93. Buyer paid $8.45. Is that a Coogi sweater? That is a Coogi sweater. I got them hung up all over in here. I need to actually redo that. That right there. When we move out to the garage, I can have the Coogis hung from the roof. Yeah. Do you know Eminem personally? Yes, I do. I do know Eminem. I'm getting a bunch of lowball offers. Should I just accept or counter? If they're too low, you should counter. If you have wiggle room and they're a good enough offer where you can make profit, you should just accept. Right now it's summer slowdown, so typically I'm taking lower offers right now just to get sales to come through until sales start picking up again. Speaking of Vineyard Vines, this is a Vineyard Vines shirt. Again, we paid $5.34 for this. This only sold for $17.99. It was listed for a long time. We lowered the price and it finally sold. So again, Vineyard Vines like this, I'm not really picking up anymore. It's a Geku sweater. What's that? K-Way can't sell Columbia. Oh, did you do the Barry D? Did you do the girl filter? I like it. Yes, if that's me in girl form, that is a beautiful, beautiful girl. I must say. How do you even know how to do that stuff, Barry? You have too much time on your hands. You know that? You're like, yeah, so weird. I would like your kids have got to like laugh at you like all day. Just imagine how embarrassed Barry D's kids are at all times. He's probably like walking around the mall and like doing weird stuff. It's not bad, I know. Oh yeah, you did that on your video. That's right. I remember that video. You don't even look like. I know. Everybody says that. People always say that. I don't know what it is. I don't think so either. I agree with you. What's a Bolo brand or item you haven't found yet that you want to find? What's a Bolo item that I want to find that I haven't found yet? There was a brand I was thinking of the other day that I haven't found. Ooh, my sister has found this, but I haven't found it. Magnolia Pearl. I've never found a Magnolia Pearl piece before. Obviously, Kayla's probably going to find it first because it's usually in the women's section, but never found Magnolia Pearl anything. Next up, Ralph Lauren. This one has a big pony logo on the front. I don't know if you can see it. It's really, really big. It's like it takes up like this much space on the front of the shirt. Paid $8 for this one. It sold for $26.99. That's an Auto Posture sale. Auto Posture sent that 10% out offer, and the buyer accepted. So I had this listed for $29.99, and the buyer accepted that 10% off offer. If you're not using Auto Posture, you need an automation system or a cross lister, and you're interested in going with the best one, in my opinion, the one that I use, Auto Posture. I have a discount code in my bio, or use code KWayShop at checkout. Or you can use the free trial too. There's a 7-day free trial with Auto Posture. So if you're using another service and you're like, hey, I want to see what this Auto Posture is all about, you can use the 7-day free trial too. So go check it out and then use my $5 code, because after you try the free trial, you're going to be like, oh, I see why he uses this. It's a really good platform. Hey, fix your posture. Your neck is curved. Thank you. I don't think my neck is that curved, but I appreciate you looking out for me. How do you handle multiple quantities on Poshmark? Counts are off. So multiple quantities on Poshmark? What do you mean, like a multi-quantity sale? Expand on that question, because I'm not really sure where you're going. If I ever found Magnolia Pearl, I'm keeping for myself. I feel that. I wouldn't keep it because it's a women's brand, but yeah. How can you tell if the tags are vintage on polo? You can probably just Google vintage polo tags, and there's images, but I've looked at so many for so long, I know which ones are vintage and which ones aren't. I go to normal retail stores and see polo, the new polo, all the time, so I know when the newer labels is. Counts are off. So if you sell something on, let's say, Poshmark that has multiple quantities, or sell something on eBay, let's say eBay and Poshmark both have multiple quantities. Let's say, for example, this is one right here. This is an item that I have multiple quantities of because it's brand new with tags. If it sells on eBay, what I have to do is go into Poshmark and drop the quantity down right now. But Autoposher is doing a fix for that, so multi-quantity listings will automatically drop. But that's the only thing you have to edit when it sells with Autoposher is multi-quantity. But again, she's working on the fix, and she should have it out within the next month. Because she said about a month ago it was going to take her 2 months. So hopefully it'll be out soon, and then you won't have to worry about that either. So yeah, sorry, I have 5 left of one item. It's saying I have 6. Yeah, you have to drop the quantity if you're using Autoposher. She does not have a function where it drops multi-quantities. That's the only thing you have to remember to edit. But this is a Peter Millar vest. I paid $40.42 for this. It sold for $65. Obviously, this would sell for more in the wintertime, but I took that off her because I want to move some stuff. So yeah, still made a profit on it, but not a huge profit. Yeah, there we go. Is Barry D in love with you? Yes, Scott. And I'm scared for my life, Scott. Just imagine that guy being in love with you. He's always here. You ever notice he's always in my lives? It's like he has nothing better to do but hang out here. We love Barry D. I love that shirt he gave me too, the upside down pineapples. The fun fact, the shirt I was wearing last night with the tank top, that was sent to me by Barry D himself. He also sent me at the same time, in that same package, he sent me a bidet. So I got both in one package. One tough thing I don't like about Autoposher is that I pay for the $35 or $40 one, and when I sell something on one platform, it does not automatically delete from another platform. You pay for the automation, Jake. You don't pay for the cross-lister. To do the automation, you have to pay for the cross-lister. If you look at what Autoposher gives you, you do not get the automation. I believe I'm right about this. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, you pay for the cheapest one. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, you don't get sales detection with the $35 one. If you get the $40 one, which is just the cross listing without the automation, you do get the auto sales detection. Also, there was somebody on a Facebook page the other day that was complaining about their items not getting pulled with auto sales detection. If you have out of stock feature on any of your items, they will not get auto sales detected. And if you're thrifting your items, you shouldn't have out of stock on anyway on eBay. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, if you have out of stock on, basically what that means is when you sell an item, it goes to a quantity of 0, but it keeps your item listed in the background on eBay. So because that item is still listed, Autoposher reads that as still being listed on their end, so it won't pull your item. The only reason you should be using out of stock anyway is if you're able to get multi-quantities in, and then once you sell down, you buy more, and it'd always be in stock. So as soon as you get more in, you just add. Even if you go to 0, you just add in when you get stuff in. So yeah, don't use that if you're thrifting your items. There's no point, because if you go to a thrift store and find a pre-owned pair of Patagonia pants, the chances of you finding another same pair in the same condition is like 0%. So don't use out of stock. Doesn't make any sense. Next up, Mavi jeans. Brand new with tag, Mavi jeans. This is something you might use for out of stock if you can able to get these in multiple times over and over. Paid $21.40 for these. These sold for $35.99 plus shipping. Who tried to contact eBay? I've been selling on. Who tried to contact eBay? You go to Seller Help. Seller Help on eBay. Seller help. Seller help, seller help, seller help. What percentage do you consider high profit? It depends on what I paid for the item, right? A high profit for a $5 buy could be a $50 sale, but a high profit for a $1 buy could be a $20 sale. It's really about your margin and what you make on that item is what you may consider a high profit, at least in my opinion. This one's going to ship for $7.17. Do you think I should have automation or cross listing? What do you think? I use both. I have the 16, so you would use the $69.99 version, and that gives you both the automation and the cross listing, which allows you to have auto sales detection. So when you guys are signing up for Autoposher, they have like a clear description of what you get with each service underneath it. So for you, yeah, underneath it doesn't say that you get automation, unfortunately. So you don't get the not the automation. You don't get the delist relist. It's not working. I promise you. They're not taking calls anymore. This is bad. No, you have to. So Dana, what you have to do is you have to go through and just select random reasons until it allows you to call. You will eventually get a reason that says call. Usually, I use the issue with return. And then what it does is it asks for an item and say you don't have the item, and then type in contact agent, and then it'll drop down the thing that says call, and it gives you a call button, and you hit accept, and then within 5 minutes they give you a call. I just called eBay like 2 weeks ago, so I know it still works. Next up, maybe I should put out a video on that. Next up, Judy Blue Jeans. Picked these up for $3.28, and these sold for $24.99 plus shipping. Really good sale. These are not from that big buy though. How do you update multi-quantity on Mercari? So if something sells on Mercari and it's a multi-quantity listing, what you have to do is you have to relist it, because Mercari does not allow multi-quantity. So for example, that Polo Ralph Lauren shirt that I sold earlier, after I'm done with the live, I'm going to relist it. So basically I'll take it off of Autoposher, I'll move it to a separate line on Autoposher, and then I'll have an open spot, and then I'll just hit relist. And it'll relist it for me. It takes like 2 seconds to add it back on Mercari. Asking which one do you think I should get between the two? Oh, so it really matters on which one you think you need, Jake. Do you need a cross lister? Do you have enough listings to make a cross lister make sense? Or do you just want the automation tool? It really just matters on what you need for your business. I'm not really sure what you need for your business. What is it automation for on Autoposher? Autoposher does quite a few things. So it sends out offers on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. It relists on all those platforms for you. And for eBay, Depop, and Mercari, that's huge, because basically what it's doing is every 30-day cycle, pretty much, it's taking the item and it's moving it back to the top of search. And when it does that on eBay, it's not just ending and then relisting, it's ending and then creating a brand new listing for you with all the same exact information. So for eBay, in eBay's eyes, that's a brand new listing, so it'll push it to the top of search. It sends out offers on all those platforms. It follows people back on Poshmark, and it also shares your Poshmark closet, which is the best thing for Poshmark, because as it's sharing your closet, it's moving your items back to the top of search. The relist thing on Poshmark, to be honest, it doesn't really do much for Poshmark. I don't think people really understand how relists on Poshmark work. It does share your item. It's the same as like a share, so it'll move you to the top of search, but sharing will do the same exact thing. The only thing a relist does on Poshmark is adds you to the newly listed page. That's it. That's the only benefit. If somebody's shopping through the newly listed page, your item is going to be picked up better than everybody else's items, but because everybody's sharing all day and getting moved back to the top of search, it really doesn't do much for you. So yeah. I've seen a couple videos of like, oh, this is like the best thing. It's like relisting, and yeah, it does that, but it doesn't really do much. It does a little, but it doesn't do much. But for eBay, Mercari, and Depop, that's huge, 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 huge. Any luck with Burberry ties? I haven't picked up any Burberry ties, so I don't know if I'm gonna have luck with those yet. I haven't seen any in the wild yet. So as soon as I get one, I'll look up some comps. I'd have to look up comps on those though. Next up, Rag & Bone jeans, paid $10.67. These sold for $26.99. The sales on Poshmark using Autoposher pays for the plan. It's a no-brainer. Yes, it does. The share tool itself is good. That's pretty much what I use it for. And then the reason I initially went with the Autoposher automation is because they had eBay delist relist. The eBay D-list relist is huge. There's no other service currently that I know of that offers automated D-list relist. There are some that give you that allow you to like press a button and D-list, so you have to tell it to D-list, but Autoposher is automatic. It will automatically know every single day to D-list relist. Easy peasy. Using eBay and Mercari only, is the middle package the best option on Autoposher? Again, it depends on what you need, right? The middle package will be the cross lister and the automation. So yes, I would say that would be the best option for you if you need a cross lister and the automation. It really just depends on what you need. What are your thoughts on boosting on eBay? Is it worth it? Yes, I do. Do you boost your listings on Depop? No. I don't do anything extra on Depop. Until Depop shows me that I will make more sales than Mercari and Poshmark, I'm not going to do anything extra on Depop. I don't boost my sales on Mercari. I don't do that drop automatically price thing, which was how you boost your sales. There's no real reason, again, to boost your sales on Depop if you're using Autoposher, because every single month your items are getting relisted and moved to the top of search. So I don't really see that as a point. Yeah, and I wouldn't pay any extra or discount my items any extra to make those sales, because most people don't pay on Depop anyway. Depop needs to fix that whole thing. So I don't understand why Depop hasn't fixed that. It's crazy to me that somebody can accept an offer and then just decide like, oh, I don't want it anymore. I'm just going to accept an offer. All day long I'm accepting offers on Depop and nobody's paying. Next up, LL Bean. This is an LL Bean fishing shirt. Picked this up for $5.34. This is just a bread and butter sale, sold for $19.99. What shipping do I use? Right now I'm using Ground Advantage. You own percent on eBay or suggested? I don't do the suggested, no. Suggested doesn't make any sense because like something like this on eBay would probably have a suggested rate of like 12%. Why you would pay an extra 12% to eBay, so technically you're paying like 25% to sell this item, is beyond me. I suggest you guys do 2 to 3%. I do 5%, and the reason I do more is because I have people constantly coming to my store all day looking at items that I have listed and what I have sold, and if they look at my listed items and they don't buy it, that hurts my conversion rate. So to offset all those people coming to my store and just looking at the items and not really interested in buying at all, they're just doing research, I do the 5%, so I give a little bit extra. I make sales every day on Depop. That's probably because you're selling Depop type items. I'm not going to go out and buy like vintage t-shirts and stuff like that specifically for Depop, but I have right now a little over 1,000 items listed on Depop, and I sold one item this weekend on Depop, and I sold 29 items on eBay. So until Depop shows me that it's worth discounting, I would never discount there. That doesn't make any sense. Am I getting a sale per day on Depop? I wonder if I am. That's a question I should know. So Depop right now, this month, I'm at 6 sales for this month. Last month I did 13 sales. I don't really see adding any extra or discounting any extra to Depop making any sense. Faraday sweater.
Hi, Daddy.
Pick this up for $12.02. This one sold for $32. Where's your mother? You want to say hi?
No. I have something in my butt first.
What? You have something in your butt?
Yeah.
Come here. Look, you have something in your butt. What is in your butt? What's in your butt, dude? Are you have a stinky butt?
Yeah.
So why do you come to me? You gotta go to mommy and tell her you have a stinky butt. That's mommy's job.
You really ran all the way over here.
All right, go take care of your
Come
butt
here.
situation, you little stinky dude. I got something in my butt. Ay, that kid. I know. He is cute. What's up, Wayne? That was Wayne and Little Wayne. I got something in my butt. Oh, man. That's why I laugh all day, is that kid. He just causes me to laugh literally all day long. He said something funny yesterday. I forget what he said yesterday, but it was hilarious. And his new thing is he wants to lay in bed with Daddy. So, like, before I did live today, I had to lay in the bed with him for like 15 minutes because he wanted me to watch TV with him. Do you offer buyers? Do you offer buyers? What do you offer buyers on shipping options? So for anything under £1, it's going to be Ground Advantage. That's going to be the cheapest rate. Everything over a pound, I typically still just offer ground advantage, except if it's like shoes or sweaters, stuff like that. So, yeah, good old Joe Bro. He'll probably come back and say hi in a little bit. I thought that was my mother-in-law coming in, so I didn't even look over there. Little Joe Bro. Next up, we have a Tory Richard shirt. I think I paid like $6 for this. I don't pick these up anymore. They're not moving like they used to. Sold for $17.50. No to Tory Richard. Yeah, Mini Wayne. I don't know if most of you guys know, but his first name is actually Wayne. We call him Joey because that's his middle name. But all the boys in my family, all first name is Wayne. And then the middle name is usually named after somebody else in the family. So I was named after my great-grandfather. I think great-grandfather, yeah, my middle name. And then we typically go by our middle names in the house, but I go by my first. So how old is he? He's two. What's your favorite place to sell? If it's between eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, I would say eBay because that's where I get most of my sales from. But if I add Whatnot into the mix, I really like selling on Whatnot, the live aspect of it. Being able to talk and like engage with the customers as you're selling, that's probably my favorite platform. Just have fun, sell items and talk to chat, kind of like what I'm doing right now, except selling items. What if you have two sons, both Wayne? Yes, you'd be Wayne. So I'd be Wayne Joseph is his name, and then if I had a second boy, which is impossible, I'm not having any more kids. I guess not impossible, but chances are very, 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 very slim. If I have another one, he would be Wayne Michael. Wayne Michael would be his middle name. But we're not having any more kids. Ralph Lauren shirt. Just basic button-down Ralph Lauren shirt. Paid $4.28 for this one. Sold for $20.69. That's an Auto Posture sale. Auto Posture sent that 10% on offer. And they accepted. Have you ever thought about selling old kid sheets, like bed sheets? I've seen some on, some people on TikToks and Shorts pick up like bed sheets and stuff like that. I don't really look in that section, but if I went to a garage sale and I saw like an old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bed sheet from like the 90s, I would probably look it up to see what it's worth. Stuff like that, like Power Rangers and Teletubbies and stuff like that, those could be worth some money, but to be honest, I don't really look in that section. Your shirts are sold so nicely. Do you steam? Nope, no steams. No steams over here. Whatnot next week? Yeah, next Tuesday, July 16th, we're having our next Whatnot show. All the shoes behind me are going to be auctioned off at $1. So if you haven't signed up for Whatnot, there's links in all of my bios wherever you're watching this. If you sign up through that link for Whatnot, you get a $15 credit. So basically you get $15 for free to add on. So if you get a pair of shoes for $30, you only pay $15 as a first-time buyer. So, and you can use that code with anybody. So if you don't see any shoes you like, you can go use that code with another seller and you get $15 off your first purchase. So go through the link in my bio. There's no catches. It's just new accounts. You just have to have a new account and you get that free 15. Any clothing? Yeah, we're going to have a couple clothing pieces. Trisha sent some Roosevelt shirts and I'll probably add in some other pieces too. But not too many because it's going to be a longer show because we have like 100 pairs of shoes we're going to run. Vineyard Vines Polo. This is a Jim Nance. I've never heard of this collab, but I looked it up. It looked okay. Picked it up at TJ Maxx. Paid $21.40. Sold for $35. So okay profit for something I got from TJ Maxx. How many generations have done that? I think 5. 5 generations have done that. And you, like I said, you typically name. You use the middle name for somebody else in your family. So it's all Wayne, and then the middle name refers to somebody else. His middle name is for my mom who passed away. My mom's name was Joy, so the closest name I could get to hers would be Joey with an E. Obviously, you just add an E in there, so that's why we named him Wayne Joseph. What platform is doing the best for you right now? Right now, eBay. eBay, because we're not doing Whatnot. As soon as we start firing up Whatnots will surpass eBay. So, who's the original Wayne? It'd be I think 5 generations ago. So it'd be great grandfather or great grandfather would be the first Wayne. So I sold Garfield sheets for $50, paid $2. There you go. Where did the bag come from? Where did the bag come from? What bag? The bags that I'm using to ship my items in? Is that what you're talking about? I do have a couple train sales. I showed these last night, but I'm going to ship these after the live, which is easier for me to ship without having the camera on. Yeah, and plus I have to go get some supplies for those. Next up, Southern Tide shirt, paid $21.40. Again, TJ Maxx pickup, and this one sold for $44.99. The clear ones are linked in my link tree in my bio under the products we use on a daily basis. All the products we use are pretty much in there. They're all Amazon affiliate links, so they do support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anymore. If you have Prime, then you get free shipping on pretty much everything. I think there's only one thing in there that doesn't have Prime shipping on it, and it's like one of the shelving units or something like that most of you probably won't buy anyway. This one's going to ship for $4.21 going to Florida, so this will be probably delivered tomorrow. As soon as we're done here, we're going to go sourcing today. Appreciate you, by the way. Joined Whatnot from you and now sell and exchange our reselling life. Let's go. Who is that? House of Coop. Let's go. Yeah, Whatnot's fun. If you can keep your buy costs low, and we're going to try to start selling more of our own items so we can really have some fun with it. Yeah, it can be really fun because if you keep your buy costs low, you can get a good crowd in there. You can just auction things off so fast, engage with the crowd, do giveaways. It's fun. What's up, Blended? What's up, Blended? I keep forgetting about IG. I always have you guys over here and I forget about you. I love Autoposh. I love the automation. Basically costs $1 a day. I was already spending $40 a month on Vindu. There you go. And now you got the automation tool. Vindu does not have a Poshbot, I believe. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Vindu has a Poshbot. Next up, Eileen Fisher paid $3.21. Kayla picked these up recently, brand new with tags. These sold for $34.99. $34.99. See so much money since you paused Whatnot? Yeah, we're about to start it back up again. We're about to start it back up again in a big way. We're going to have all kinds of different shows. We're going to have premium shows. We're going to have lower end buy cost shows where we'll just do everything for $1 and we'll have a lot of fun with those. And I mean, resellers can still make money on those shows. It's just not going to be super high-end brands. And then we're also going to do things like shoes, new with tags. I'm looking into getting pallets here soon. So we're going to have a little bit of everything. We're going to try some stuff. We're going to throw some stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with firing up Whatnot shows and spending a couple $100 on inventory and losing a little bit of money and seeing what works. That's how you grow. Do you use Vindu? I don't use Vindu. I used to use List Perfectly, but now I use Autoposher. Autoposher, in my opinion, is better than Vindu. In my humble opinion. Vindu does not have auto delist, relist. And by the way, on Vindu's website, it still says you have to have your computer on at all times. Vindu, if you're listening to this, you should probably change your FAQ because, yeah, your FAQ is wrong. Your FAQ is really wrong. Next up. Patagonia. These are women's Patagonia pants. We just listed these, paid $13.38, and these sold in like 2 days for $26.99. It's not a huge profit, but anytime we find Patagonia pants, these sell like year round for us too. We'll pick them up even if we have to pay up a little bit for them. Super excited for your Whatnot shows. Yes, go bookmark the show. If you go to my page, I wish I had my phone. Mom has my phone. But if you go to my Whatnot page in the top right-hand corner of the show, there's like a little button, and you press that button, and it'll bookmark it for you. So as soon as I go live on that day when we do the shoe show, you'll get a notification on your phone. That's about the only way you get a notification, unless Whatnot will randomly send you a notification. But the best way is to bookmark all upcoming shows. And that'll be next week. I'm so slow at getting my photos done. I think inspecting each item before each photo is slowing me down. Yeah, inspect your items before you take photos. So Bobby, what I would do is if you have I don't know what you use, a light box or if you use photo lights or whatever, take your item, look it over completely before, and then just start snapping your photos afterwards. If there's a flaw on it, usually it'll jump out at you as you are taking photos. But if you do just a quick glance beforehand, you really don't have to worry about that, and then you can do it afterwards. All right, I did sell this jacket. I'm gonna ship it afterwards because it's got to go in a box. But this is an Orvis jacket. We paid $6.42 for, and this one sold for $40 even over on eBay. Next up, good sale. This is a Ralph Lauren long sleeve tuxedo shirt, brand new with tags. Paid $13.38, and this one sold for $35.99. That's another Autoposher sale. Autoposher. Everything is trial and error. Yep, trial and error. See what works, see what sticks, keep on doing it. By the way, if you guys are watching this, you're not following, you're not subscribed, hit that follow, subscribe button for me. And I did put out a video yesterday, a little short video. So if you guys didn't see that yet, go check that out. It's the sequel to the overpriced Salvation Army store. So if you guys watch that first video, the sequel video shows that you can still find profitable items to resell even in an overpriced store. And I found some really good stuff. Do you ever use Pirate for shipping? I used to use it for Mercari. I do use it when I ship out orders from viewers. I did have a viewer sale over the weekend. No, when I'm shipping on eBay, typically the prices are about the same. So to take that extra time just to check if Pirate Ship is cheaper, I'd rather just stay on eBay and do that. Yeah, typically you're going to get the same prices for like ground shipping items. It's not really going to be cheaper. Next up, Patagonia swim trunks. Paid $5.34 for these, and these sold for $22.49. Do golf polos sell year round? Yeah, you can sell golf polos year round. Do they slow down in the winter time? Sure, they'll slow down, but they'll still sell. People will buy golf polos for Christmas too, and give them as gifts because, you know, even if you're wearing a jacket, you still got to wear something underneath. And some people opt to wear a polo, and then when they get into a house that's warm in the middle of winter, they take it off and they got a polo shirt on underneath. Appreciate the follow, Bruce. All right, this one's going to ship for 8 ounces, $4.43. The op store, hopefully it doesn't keep going the way I feel it's doing anymore. There's certain stores that overprice, Carolyn. There's other stores that don't overprice. Something like Salvation Army, in my opinion, is going to close down. Like all Salvation Army stores in my area are going to close down. They already are closing down one store. That store just did a 75% off sale for because they're closing down. So obviously they weren't selling enough and they had to close their doors, and now they're moving all that inventory over to that store that I said was overpriced. And that store, you're going to not be able to sell stuff too, because the only day stuff is going to sell in that store is half off day, which will be Wednesday. The rest of the week, nothing will sell because nobody is paying $12.99 for a George shirt. So if that's the way they're pricing and that's what they think is going to help them pay their bills, I hate to break it to them, but it's wrong. They get enough inventory in where they should do two things, in my opinion. They should have flatline pricing throughout the whole store. Shirts are one price, pants are one price, tops are one price, jackets are one price, everything one price. So when you walk down the aisle, there's a little placard at the end that says shirts are $4.99 each. And you go down the jacket section, jackets are $6.99 each, whatever they decide to do. And then that saves you, that's the first thing. And the second thing that saves you is you don't have to have employees price items anymore. They're not having an employee in the back sticker each and every item. That's just wasting time. They should just take those items and stick them on the floor, and they should change their structure to trying to get the max out of every item to try to sell volume. Volume is key. They need to get as much as they can in and out every day. So if you're not worrying about pricing up certain items, you don't really care if you put a Rowback shirt on the rack for $4.99, because now you're able to sell those same George shirts that aren't selling for $6. You're able to sell them for $5 and $2.50 because people feel like they're getting deals in your store. And when people feel like they're getting deals, they might actually buy a worse brand from you because they're just hunting through the racks and trying to find whatever fits. So yeah, the staples don't make any sense either. That saves the staples from getting stapled in the corner of the shirts. Yeah, if I ran a Salvation Army store, that's exactly what I would say to Salvation Army. I want a truck here every single day filled with clothing, because I'm going to sell that entire truck every single day. I'm going to make this store like a go-to destination for all thrifters. So I might even price shirts at $4 a piece because you get them all for free. So if you can load a truck for me, I can get all that stuff sold every single day and then just repeat the same process. But yeah, I'm talking about Salvation Army, that crazy Salvation Army store. Yeah, same for Goodwill, same for all these stores. They shouldn't be trying to get max out of every item. They should switch to the volume game, back to where the volume game was. Because I think that's where they will actually make more money. It just makes more sense. There's less employees touching every item. There's less time invested in every item, and you're going to sell more items in your store. There are going to be people with full carts every day walking out of your store instead of people holding 1 or 2 items at the register. And then you're wasting time, talking to each one of those customers that have 1 or 2 items in there. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But the rest of the items I have to ship right now are all trains. All these trains I paid $3.25 for. Sold one for $16.19, $19.99, $16.19 again, and $17.99. And then I sold a pair of shoes off the back wall, pair of Giannis's for $64.99. I got to pack those up. And then, of course, that jacket is the last thing I got to pack up. Tommy Bahama's marked down at 20 here at Goodwill. No way. Waiting for half price at least. Unless they have a really bright pattern to them, Matt, I would pass on those too. Yeah. Tommy Bahama's for 20. It's so bad. I think eventually all these thrift stores are going to change their models back because it just makes sense. And to be honest, there's going to be other stores that pop up, mom and pop thrifts, and actual retail stores like a Plato's Closet or a Uptown Cheapskate, that if they switch to that model, they will be all the thrift stores too. So I used to love Salvation Army, but they're scarce and they do price high. Yes. Yeah, the ones in my area. I guess on the other coast here in Florida, the Salvation Army's over there price appropriately, and they have good prices. Like everything's around $5. But yeah, in my area, a year ago they were good. They were back to like normal pricing, and then recently they just upped all their prices again. That's why I stopped going. That's why I don't do lives there anymore. I used to do a live thrift every Tuesday at Salvation Army, and I don't do it anymore because you just literally can't find many good deals. You can find a few pieces. Like I found 4 pieces in that entire store, and I was there for like an hour. So it doesn't make sense to go there when I can just go to even Goodwill. I find more stuff, or go to Red, White, and Blue and fill a cart. It just makes more sense to go to Red, White, and Blue. Just drop prices on July 1st. No more markups on top brands. Let's go. See, there we go. It's starting to happen. That's what I like to see. I hope it happens. Can we talk about shoes? Trying to get more into shoes. Have you ever bought a pallet? I've never bought a pallet yet. I am looking to buy pallets for Whatnot. Have I ever bought shoes? I buy shoes from thrift stores. That's pretty much it. And I don't do a lot in shoes, so I'm not really the shoe guy to ask all the questions about. Most of these shoes are bought at outlets or online. That's it. Plato's in my area closed. The closest Salvation Army is around 1 hour away. I'm surprised the Plato's have closed. Actually I'm really considering opening my own store. I'm very, very close. I'm very, very close. Are you showing a live if you go thrifting today? No. The stores we go to, we don't get any reception in Bobby, so I won't be able to go live. Do you list your own items or use a third party? We list our own items, but we do have our mother-in-law help us list. If you're selling items on Whatnot for $1, how do you make profit on that app? We're not selling items for $1. That's the key. When you start, you might be selling some stuff for $1, but our average sales price on Whatnot, let me go over here. Our average, hold on, why can't I bring this up? When we were doing our Whatnot shows, our average sales price for May was $19.07. Our highest average sales price actually was in February, where our average sales price was $24.16. So if you get, and most of that's consignment too. So we didn't have any buy cost in that. That's all stuff that was sent to us, and we make 30% on all those. So if you sell something for around $20, you get paid $6 on average per item that sells. Is what we were getting. So yeah, if you're selling stuff, if you're starting stuff at $1 and your average sales price, let's say, is $5, you need to be buying that stuff for $1 or less. And the reason why that's okay is because you're going to sell volume. Every minute, if you do 10-second sudden death auctions, every minute you can sell 3 items. So every minute after fees, shipping, cost of goods, you can make around $9 in profit, somewhere between $9 and $10 in profit. Every minute. If you buy low and you sell for $5, you can make $10 per minute on Whatnot. I think a lot of people see, when they see a low dollar sale, they're like, oh, that person's not making money. But if their buy cost is low and they're selling 3 items every minute, you're making good money on those shows. And then afterwards, you just ship those items out fast. You have to ship fast too. If you open a store, would you have a resale store like Plato's? Yeah, I'd have a resale store like Plato's. I would have a model where people bring items into me, I buy their items, and then I sell them. If any investors are listening to this right now, here's my business plan. My business plan is to have a store like Plato's. People bring items to me. Hold on, I got this stupid thing. I'm still live, TikTok. Bink. All right, cool. My business plan is to have a store like Plato's. Have it filled with normal everyday brands, just like you see at Plato's. High-end brands, low-end brands. Have a back wall filled with like high-end stuff. And then be able to buy more than Plato's buys, because I'll be doing Whatnot shows. So basically, Plato's buy cost is probably like $1 per unit or less, depending on what they're buying. And then you're taking those items and you're running on Whatnot same day. If your average sales price is $5, you have an employee running Whatnot shows for like 2 hours a day, and you're just taking that new product that you just got in, putting it right onto Whatnot, selling it out the same day, and then the next day you have more people bringing you more product. If you don't get enough product in, you just don't do a Whatnot show that day. But if you ever go to a Plato's Closet, look on the back wall. Every Plato's has like, at least in my area, every Plato's, no matter what day of the week it is, they have at least 10 bins of buys. So out of those 10 bins, they're probably only buying like 20, 30 items because they can only take what they can sell in store. But my model would be I would be selling those online as well. So I'd be able to take most of that 10 bins, take it and run it on Whatnot same day and get rid of it. That would be my model. Pink, pink, pink. Yep. So Barry D would be your partner. I don't want that guy being my partner. Could you imagine Barry D? He'd walk in with like a banana hammock on. How do you pack shoes? I put them in a box. Put them in a shoe box. They're going to go into USPS shoe box, which is right here. These are priority mail shoe boxes specifically made for shoes. Super easy to ship with those. You get them free from USPS.com. So start most of our auctions super low and make 400 to 500 per hour. There you go. Make 400 to 500 per hour. Even if you start your auctions low, you can make $400 to $500 per hour on Whatnot. As long as you can get around that $5, $6, $7 per unit price. So, but it'll take time to build. Don't think you're going to be able to start Whatnot tomorrow and get 400 people in your show. It's going to take time to get that. You're going to start by selling items for $1, maybe breaking even on most of your pieces, or maybe losing a little bit of money, knowing that in the future you're going to grow your platform. So, how many items do you have in your eBay store currently? A little under 2,500. A little under 2,500. All right, chat. It's been fun talking to you guys. I'm going to head off. I got to ship the rest of these items, and then we're going to go sourcing for a little bit. I do have a video set up. It's a little bit of a different style video for today. I'm trying with different things. So be on the lookout for that video. Should be out here pretty soon. And then I'll be live tomorrow morning shipping out orders. So appreciate you guys hanging out, and catch you.